All right, let's talk about a feeling that can be, well, honestly, pretty terrifying. Shortness of breath. It's something a lot of us experience, and it almost always leaves us with this one huge question. What is actually going on in my body? Let's dive in and figure it out.
You know that feeling, right? It just hits you. Your chest gets tight, and it feels like no matter how deeply you try to inhale, you just can't get enough air. It's a really powerful physical sensation, and it can send your mind spinning, trying to figure out what's causing it.
And that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? How on earth are you supposed to know if that feeling of breathlessness is a symptom of anxiety or maybe a sign of something else, something more serious? That is exactly what we are going to break down together.
Okay, so to get to the bottom of this, we have to start with the why. Turns out the way our feelings, like anxiety, can create a very real, very physical symptom like shortness of breath is, well, it's pretty fascinating. You see, the thing about anxiety is it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's our body's own personal alarm system, and it's designed to keep us safe from danger. It's a totally normal human response to stress, even though it can feel incredibly awful in the moment.
And here's the thing. Anxiety almost never shows up alone. It's kind of a package deal. You might feel your heart start to race, your muscles get all tense, your stomach does a few flips, and then, on top of all of that, it gets hard to breathe. Realizing that these symptoms often come as a set is a really key first step.
It does seem kind of weird, right? How can a worry, just a thought in your head, literally make it physically hard to catch your breath?
Well, the answer is hidden in this amazing ancient survival instinct we all have. It all kicks off the second your brain thinks there's a threat. And it doesn't matter if it's a real lion or just a stressful email. Your brain sounds the alarm, and boom, your body gets a rush of hormones like adrenaline. That makes your heart pound and your breathing get really fast and shallow, all to get more oxygen to your muscles so you can either fight or run. And that fast, shallow breathing, that's what gives you that horrible sensation of not getting enough air.
Okay, so we've got the why down. Now for the really practical part. How do we start to tell the difference? How can we tell anxiety-driven breathlessness apart from something that we might need to look into a little more deeply?
So let's break this down. Generally, if your shortness of breath comes along with feelings of worry or nervousness, and it tends to go away once the stressful thing is over, that's a good clue it's likely anxiety. You might feel air hungry, but you can still talk and get around. On the other hand, if it pops up out of the blue, seems to be getting worse, or comes with other physical symptoms, that's a signal to dig a little deeper with a doctor.
Okay, I want us to really pause here because this next part is absolutely crucial. Understanding anxiety is one thing, but knowing when you need to get help immediately is vital. So let's take this next slide very seriously. These are the red flags. If your shortness of breath is sudden and it's paired with any of these other symptoms, we're talking sudden chest pain, feeling like you're going to faint, nausea, a bluish color on your lips or nails, or having trouble breathing when you're just lying down, that is your signal to get emergency medical care right away. No hesitation. Look, the bottom line is this, and if you take only one thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. When you are in doubt, get it checked out. Always. Your safety is number one, so never, ever feel bad about seeing a healthcare professional to be sure. Okay, so after that really serious but super necessary part, let's shift gears a little. Because here's the good news. If your shortness of breath is being caused by anxiety, you have so much power to manage it. Let's look at a few simple, really effective techniques you can use to find some calm right in the moment. First up is belly breathing. This is brilliant because it's the total opposite of what your body does when it's in that fight or flight mode. Instead of shallow chest breaths, you focus on breathing deep into your belly. By doing this, you're literally sending a message to your nervous system saying, hey, we're safe, the threat is gone. You can actually feel your body power down from high alert. Just a few minutes of this can make a world of difference. Next up, another amazing tool. Box breathing, or you might hear it called 4x4 breathing. It's so simple but so powerful. You just breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. That rhythm gives your racing mind something else to focus on, besides the worry, and it physically regulates your breathing, which helps slow your heart rate and break that panic cycle. And you know, sometimes it's not even about a formal technique. Sometimes you just need to change the channel in your brain. Putting on a song you love, getting outside for a quick walk, even just doing a few gentle stretches can be enough to redirect your attention and give your whole nervous system a chance to hit the reset button. So these tools are fantastic for handling things in the moment. But what about the bigger picture? You know, the long game. Let's get into our final section and talk about what comes next.
long-term strategies, and when it might be time to get some professional support.
It's really important to remember that some anxiety is just part of being human. We all feel it. But there's a difference between, say, normal nerves before a big meeting and a worry that feels completely uncontrollable, that feels way out of proportion, and that just gets in the way of you living your life. If that second column sounds familiar, getting professional help could be an absolute game changer.
And here is the absolute best news of all. Treatment really, really works. Whether it's talk therapy, medication, or a combination of the two, there are proven, effective ways to manage anxiety disorders and help you feel like yourself again. Reaching out for help isn't a weakness, it's a huge sign of strength.
So there you have it. We've looked at the biology, we've learned how to spot the difference, and we've covered some amazing techniques to help you take back control. You now have the tools to calm your breath when anxiety hits. The only question left is the one I want to leave you with. What's your next step going to be to calm your mind? Thanks for joining this explainer.